I think we're live. Yeah, we've had a little bit of an issue tonight getting Jason and Steve piped in, so it looks like it's going to be just me for tonight. They are going to be on the chat, though, so let me know, guys, if you can hear me, if everything looks good, because we are going to talk about a bunch of really awesome information tonight, and we're going to start with something relatively small, but still pretty awesome, and that's going to be the picture right here. So let me know, can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I want to make sure that we are all on the same page here. Good. Justin, okay. All right, we're able to be heard. So, guys, as you can see, over on the left side of me here, you can actually see the new image of the car that we're going to be using. And if you can tell, this is a lady named... Oops, it's over on this side. This is a lady named Judy. We actually met her at Corvettes at Carlisle this year. And, yeah. It is a pretty nice looking car. So, guys, like I said, last Monday, this picture of this car over here, that thing can be your car. All you got to do is just shoot me an email or send your picture to the Vette Syndicate Instagram account. And we can actually put your car up there for the entire Monday night presentation. So, yeah, Shane, the boys, for some reason, we could not get them on here tonight. Having some sort of strange issue. We got to get this nailed down for sure. I promise you we will have this fixed for next week. But they are on the chat. They're actively chatting, so they will be kind of keeping up with everything we're talking about here today. But they're not on video, unfortunately. Yeah, Jason says... he's playing golf. Steve is asleep. That's probably not too far from the truth at this point, to be honest with you. But, so guys, one more time, as we're getting more and more people tuning in here, if you could please smash that thumbs up button first. Second, I want to tell you about the car that you can see right here to my left. And that is actually, Judy from Corvettes at Carlisle. So Jason and I got a chance to meet her, and I think Shane did too, if I recall correctly. We all have a picture of all of us, I think, with Shane, if I recall. We all got together and took a picture because she has a really awesome looking car. It has some of the Aerodynamics wheels on it. It's a Long Beach red car with all of the goodies. Got the 5VM front splitter, the 5VM side skirts, the big wing in the back. And she sent me this picture. So just like I was telling you guys, if you send me the picture at my Gmail account, which is just horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, or send the pictures over to Vette Syndicate, we will get together, decide which car is the coolest, and that will be the car that gets displayed for that particular Monday night live video. LT4 powered, I wish, man. He says that he thought that at first this was a giveaway car. No, this isn't even my car. So, I mean, I could probably try to give it away, but it's not mine, so that wouldn't work real well. Yeah, Shane, I thought so. Yeah, we did get a group picture. Yeah, her husband, I believe, drives a Lamborghini Aventador, or was it a Huracan? It was one of the two. Judy was in your video at Carlisle. Yes, she was. 11-second Eclipse remembers her. We met up with her. She was a really, really, really cool lady. And she sent me a couple emails now since Carlisle, and I thought when she sent me this picture, I was like, that's it, man. That's the winner. I mean, the car she's got a lot of awesome stuff done to it, and yeah. Yeah, Protective Dad Prank says, hey, look, it's two big black empty boxes. Yeah, we tried. We literally tried up to 20 minutes past when we were supposed to go to live to try to get this freaking thing done, and we could not freaking do it. Aventador. 61 thumbs up currently, guys. That's pretty good. Let's keep going, though. Let's keep rolling with it. We got a lot of stuff to cover today, guys. If you've seen it, big thumbs up. Really helps the channel. I'd appreciate it. Protective Dad Pranks and Jason, front seat driver, are not able to be on here tonight. We had some issue that would just not clear up in time, and I didn't want to cancel the live because of how much awesome information we have. At this point, it's just going to be me, but Jason and Steve are in the chat, so they're going to be firing questions back and answers for you guys as well. But for tonight, if you haven't heard yet, the embargo on the Z06 is over, so people have finally gotten this car on the track, and they're doing some interesting reviews and some interesting kind of firsts with the car. So Peter Carey is in the house. All right, Peter, how you feeling? I'm glad to have you on here. I don't think I've seen you on a live in quite some time. Always a good time to have you on. It's a shame that the first night you're on here, I can't have Jason and Steve here for you too, but they are in the chat. What's up, Doug B, Shane, General Lee? Yeah, Jason and Steve got classified. I like that. Justin, you need to work with Dell Business Technologies like Savage Geese. Yeah. Honestly, my main computer is a Dell. The one that I'm using here now is a Mac, and that could be part of my problem, to be honest with you. But the fellows are on undisclosed location, yeah, and they're redacted. The guys are redacted. But anyway, guys, yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the Z06. So as you guys know, the embargo is over starting today. That means we got some people on the track. We got some people on the drag strip. And it's an interesting car because, as you guys know, up until today, the fastest Corvette, stock Corvette, that they made on the drag strip was the ZR1, the C7 ZR1. It would do the quarter mile in 10.6 seconds, which is ridiculously fast for a stock car. Now, Chevy actually says that the C8 Z06 will do it in 10.6 seconds as well. It's really fast. But we actually have a third party, a YouTuber. You guys might know her. Her name's Amelia. She has a C8 Corvette Z06. And she was able to hit a much faster time. Well, I say much faster. It doesn't look like much faster on paper, but in drag strip term, it is much faster. And guys, we're going to show you what that is because she did some work. And I'm not gonna drag it out. I'm not gonna make it some big thing. Here it is. So bam, she managed to get the quarter mile done in 10.51. So we'll just call it 10.5. Literally 1/10 of a second faster than what Chevy says this car is capable of, with 130 mile an hour trap time. Now, as you guys know, this is a track car. This is not a drag strip car. So with all that said, you're getting a track car that will still do some insane numbers on the drag strip. Now, if you remember back in the day, I had my C8 Corvette. I took it to the drag strip. I managed to break an axle while I was there. But what happened there was the best time I could get on stock tires on a kind of prepped track, I think, was an 11.5. So this car is literally a full second faster than mine was on the drag strip. Which, again, the car's not even built for the drag strip. So the fact that it can do that is pretty ridiculous. What do you guys think? What's that say? My ZR1? Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to help. Doug Hook says Amelia doesn't weigh very much. And that's definitely going to help. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, if I had to guess, when GM decided what that quarter mile was going to be, they probably didn't put a 400-pound guy in the seat to run it down the strip either. Ken, I am going to SEMA this year, so I wouldn't do a road trip. I'm flying out there, but I will be at SEMA. So I'll be able to record it. Whatever's happening out there will definitely be recorded. I'll do live videos there for you guys, all that good stuff. How fast would it be in the quarter mile without all that Z07 aero? That's a good question. Honestly, I'm surprised that the Z07 seems to have done the same kind of speed as the Z06 as far as the drag strip is concerned. But the one thing you guys got to remember is that aero doesn't really even activate until a certain mile per hour. So GM was pretty proud of themselves that they managed to build a car that had a ridiculous amount of downforce but didn't really have much drag. So if I had to guess, by the time it hits that trap speed of 130, there's probably very little drag, if any, because the aero hasn't really even activated yet. So that's kind of my thought. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because honestly, if you take the Z07 package car and pull off the spoiler and pull off the dive planes, maybe it would go faster. I do know that even the ZR1, Chevy was very, 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 really strong worded in the fact that if you got the ZTK package car, you really shouldn't drive it without that spoiler. And you really shouldn't drive it without the front canards, because the car is built to be balanced with both of those on there. If you take it off, it unbalances the car. Chevy really didn't want you driving the car or taking that off to do high speed top speed runs or anything like that, because it was dangerous. It was literally unbalancing the car. So if the Z07 is the same kind of thing, I wouldn't recommend doing it that way, but it probably would help with maybe another tenth, maybe another 0.2 of a second off your time at the drag strip. Again, this isn't even a drag strip car, and the fact that it can hit that kind of time, pretty impressive. Most places in California, I don't think do have 93, actually. The highest I see out there a lot is 91. Yeah, this comment says, Speed Phenom said that the Aero is serious. It's absolutely serious. It's the most serious GM's ever built. At an undisclosed speed, it will put more downforce on that car than the ZR1 ZTK spoiler or wing does, which is pretty impressive. One more time, guys. We got about 200 people in here right now, so if you could please smash that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so far, guys. We are here to talk about a lot of Z06 stuff today. Unfortunately, Jason and Steve could not join us because of some strange issue we were having, but it will be fixed by next week. You got my word. We'll figure it out. If we had a little bit more time tonight, we would have figured it out as well, but we didn't want to keep you guys waiting. So with all that said, if you can see this car to my left, that is a subscriber. Her name is Judy. Front seat driver Jason and I got to meet up with her at Corvettes at Carlisle this year, and she was a really, really awesome Corvette owner, and of course, she subscribes to the channel. So when she sent me the picture of the car and I compared them to all the other entries we had, this was my favorite for this week. Now, if you guys want to be featured on this next week, just shoot me an email, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, or send a picture to Vette Syndicate Instagram account. We will go through and determine which one we like the most, and it will be displayed up here. If you've already sent me the pictures of your car, you don't need to send them again. I still have them all saved in a folder. We'll just go through and choose a different one every week. So, Jason and Steve are embargoed. That's what happened. Yeah. The embargo ended today for the Z06, and Jason and Steve had to, be absorbed into the embargo to allow the Z06 out. So it makes sense. Makes perfect sense. What happened to Guitarmageddon? So Bandit 1 asks, what happened to Guitarmageddon? Nick basically gave his channel over to a third party. That particular third party wanted me to do content for it, which I have done. I'm kind of just waiting to hear back from him to see where he wants to go next. So once I hear back from him, we do still plan on doing content on that channel. I actually have a video recorded right now about the Corvette ZR1 and whether or not the Corvette is a muscle car. Stay tuned. Could be happening at any point here, and I'm just waiting for that phone call. Yeah, Jason says that Justin is throwing shade on us, literally. Yeah. It wasn't that I couldn't get their cameras to work. I just put a piece of tape over their cameras, and they had no idea. I flew down to Texas last night while they were sleeping. Little tiny piece of electrical tape over their cameras. They had no idea. Yeah. Great White North Corvette. What's up, man? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Wish it came with a standard transmission. That is a big one. I really do too, but we're pretty much alone in that. There's not a whole lot of people wishing for that same thing. Ever Jeff is in the house. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Definitely appreciate it. So yeah, Ken. Look at Ken joining in on the action with Shane. 207 people watching and only 99 thumbs up, guys. Come on. Smash that thumbs up for me. Let me know you're liking the content so we can keep doing this stuff for you guys. Once again, if you're just joining, we have some information on the Z06 today. A fellow YouTuber managed to break the drag strip record of the Z06 already before the freaking thing's even out. GM says it's good for 10.6. She got a 10.5 at 130 mile an hour trap speed, which is really, really, really freaking good, guys. You got to understand that is phenomenal. That is a ridiculously good time. So anyway, let's see what other information we have here for you guys. There was a question I had in here. When do you think the Road and Track Car and Driver will have their reviews up? Pretty soon, actually. I think Road and Track might actually already have it up. This literally just popped up right before I went live, so I have not even had a chance to look at this yet, but let me flip this around here for you guys. This is something that just came up on the Corvette web, or the Corvette blogger, and that is the review of the Road and Track's drive of the 2023 Corvette Z06. Is a very good read, and maybe has the best pictures. So those are really good pictures, but I have not even had a chance to read this yet, guys. So this whole thing is still kind of unraveling as we talk, because of how much genuine hype is behind this car. There's so much to talk about. And even the guys over at the Road and Track here, they were obviously taking their time because the embargo lifted today at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And it looks like this just came out. So they say that obviously it's the most track-focused Vette, and it's fast. The Z06 was hitting 140 miles an hour on the back straight and lapping within a second of the Mercedes AMG GT Black we tested. That's pretty impressive. Nürburgring. Wow. So they're saying that the C8 Corvette Z06 is actually faster than the Mercedes AMG GT Black Series that they tested. That's pretty impressive, because if you guys know anything about the Black Series, it is got a ridiculous amount of downforce. It's got a real gigantic wing on it like the ZR1 does, kind of. It's pretty crazy. Ken hooking us all up here. He says, click on the new Vette Syndicate shirts, merchandise, new hot colors. Get one. Yeah, get yourself one. Very nice, Ken. Thank you for being such a supporter of the channel. Guys, he's been around for quite some time. He was at Corvettes at Carlisle with us in 2021. He was going to be there for 2022, but was feeling under the weather, basically. So what are you guys thinking about this, though? The C8 Corvette Z06, I know some of you guys had started to lose a little bit of faith, a little bit of hope in the fact that this car was going to end up being awesome. What do you think now? Guys, Protective Dad Pranks asks, how many have you pre-sold, Justin? So as of today, I counted 31. We have pre-sold 31 t-shirts. And as we started, 2 more have come in. So we have 32 shirts, or 33 t-shirts pre-ordered already, guys. That's really awesome. We really, really appreciate the support. But if you check out the link in the description down below, feel free to grab yourself one. We got a couple different colors rolling in there now, a bunch of new sizes. So if you were over a 2X, we have you covered. We got shirts all the way up to 6X, I believe, now. So if you wanted something like that, yeah, definitely grab one. So guys, it looks like we did get a Venmo. Let's see who this is from. Steve Robertson, one of the biggest supporters of the channel, guys. He is in the house. I saw him comment a second ago. He said, in celebration of the end of the embargo, and he gave a $50 Venmo donation. Thank you, Steve. Obviously, we appreciate your support, your continued support. You've been really, really awesome at supporting this this channel, and we appreciate it. So anyway, guys, we are actively watching the Venmos here, and of course, I'm watching for any new t-shirt orders that come in. If you guys want to do that, it is in the description below. Constitutional Freedom Fighter says, Amelia Hartford ran at a 1051 today. Yes, she did. We talked about that a second ago. 1051 is about a 1/10 of a second faster than what Chevy says this car can do, which is definitely impressive. I love whenever companies like Chevy, or really any automotive company, underrates their car to that degree, because they're the ones that test it. And typically if they say, yeah, this car can do a 10.6 in the quarter mile, you automatically assume 10.6 is under the most perfect conditions. So odds are good you'll never actually get a 10.6. But Amelia already proved that wrong. She got a 10.5, and it's just on a regular track. Yes, it was prepped, but most drag strips are. Great White North says, no snow yet. That's good. That's really good. I'm not looking forward to that. Steve Robertson sends a thumbs up. Thank you, Steve, again. You're awesome. Don't let anybody tell you any different. The Z06 is the best cheap supercar. You really got to put cheap in quotes now because that car's not super cheap. Compared to the competition, I guess it is. But yeah. And then I really wish this guy had a little bit of an easier name to pronounce because he has some really, really good information a lot. And I don't even want to try to butcher that. But he says it's better than a $300,000 car. And it is. A belated congrats on breaking through the 70,000 subscriber mark, says Peter Carey. Thank you, Peter. Peter's another one. It's been there since, actually, he's been there probably the longest out of anybody in this chat, I bet. Peter's been a subscriber since I don't even think I had 1,000 subs yet, to be honest with you. Peter Carey's, he's been around for quite some time on the channel here. Hey, Ken. Hey, Amber, everybody's just greeting each other. All right, guys, so Shane says we got 126 thumbs ups. We got 220 people watching. Would be really cool if those numbers could match. Like I said, I really love to end these videos with at least 200 thumbs ups. So we're pretty close, though. We're pretty close. So, guys, as you can see here, if you're just joining in, the Road and Track has given a review of the Z06, and it's a pretty glowing review. They give it some pretty high marks here. The biggest one being that it is lapping their particular test track within a second of the Mercedes AMG GT Black, which is a much more expensive car, a car with much more horsepower, and a lot more downforce as well. So, yeah. Also, if you guys like that car that's pictured right down below me, that is Judy. We met her at Corvettes Carlisle this year. That is her beautiful car, and that's an awesome picture. So every Monday night, we're going to gather pictures that you guys send us and choose which one we like the most, and your car could be the next one displayed down there. So shoot them, any pictures of your car, shoot them to me, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, or send them to Vette Syndicate over on Instagram. We will get you taken care of. Constitutional Freedom Fighter says, I'm staying with my C7 until the supplies meet demand and there isn't a $100,000 cool charge. I don't blame you. I really don't. The idea of paying over is ridiculous. Tyree Mullen says Amelia broke the quarter-mile record already. Yes, she did. We already talked about that. So she had a 10.5 instead of a 10.6 that GM advertises, which is really awesome because I'll tell you what, if she's hitting a 10.5 already, I bet you the car's got more in it. And if it's got more in it, what else can we hit? Maybe we hit a 10.2. You know, wouldn't that be freaking awesome? On a stock car, maybe throw some drag radials on there. I bet you get a 10.3, 10.4, maybe lower. Let's see. What was the times of the C8? Quarter mile time, I believe, on the C8 Corvette was 11.4, 11.3. Let's take a look real quick here. I'm gonna do the old Google C8 Corvette quarter mile. No, that's definitely not right. All right, yeah, 11.2. So 11.2 for the base model C8 Corvette. I was able to hit, my fastest time was an 11.5, I believe. And that was on a track that right afterwards I managed to break the axle on my car because it was pretty well prepped. Now, that's here in Pennsylvania where the temperatures are wildly unpredictable most of the time. And with that said, 11.5, 11.4 is probably the best I would get out of that car here, even on a prep track. Justin, do you think the Z06 will change the way other car maker operates like Ferrari and Lamborghini? I don't think so. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you why I don't think so. So just so you guys know, if you can't see it on the screen here, Devarius King asks, Justin, do you think that the Z06 will change the way that other car manufacturers operate like Ferrari and Lamborghini? The biggest reason I don't think so actually came from a guy that worked for GM. not directly for GM, but basically was like a vendor. He was the one taking the C8 Corvette around all of the dealerships whenever the C8 first came out. And I was talking to him, and I said the same thing to him. I said, this car is going to literally bankrupt Ferrari and Lamborghini. People who buy those cars, they're going to come buy this C8 Corvette instead. And he's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, really? Why not? And he said, look at it like this. If you have a Rolex, he said, you can go to Walmart and buy a Timex. You can go anywhere online and buy a relatively cheap watch that does the exact same thing that a Rolex does. And honestly, may even do it better. But people still buy a Rolex. And it has nothing to do with the fact that it tells time. It has everything to do with the fact that you got status, you got exclusiveness, you got all that stuff. It's the same kind of thing with the cars. So when you buy a Ferrari or you buy a Lamborghini, you're buying status. And that's really all there is to it, because nowadays you don't need to buy an expensive Ferrari or Lamborghini to get a good looking exterior. You don't need to buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini to get the performance. You don't need to buy a Ferrari or a Lamborghini to even get the interior quality anymore. You can get all of these cars or all of those qualities in any American-made car nowadays. So, I mean, you could buy a Hellcat Red Eye with 800 horsepower and a warranty, and that will be faster than most Lamborghinis in a straight line. But it doesn't matter. People aren't buying a Lamborghini because it's faster than a Hellcat. They're buying it because it's status. Yeah, so Elijah says, millionaires and billionaires will still buy Ferraris because it doesn't make a dent in their income. That's not exact the whole reason. It is more of a status thing. Because, I mean, think about it. When's the last time you saw a billionaire driving a Corvette? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Corvettes. But if this guy can afford 13 Ferraris and 20 Lamborghinis in his arsenal, he's probably not going to have a Corvette in there. All right, guys, so we got 329 people watching. We need some more of these. 329 watching, and we got 143 thumbs up. So those are some bad numbers, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content. We can sit here and talk about C8 Corvette Z06s all day long. And the big thing that you guys are here to see today is the fact that the C8 Corvette has already bested its own quarter mile time. GM says 10.6 seconds in the quarter mile, and Amelia Hartford, the YouTuber, managed to do it in 10.5 seconds with a 130 mile an hour trap speed. And now that we got a whole bunch of people on here, guys, I do want to mention again, this picture right here, that could be your car sitting right there. All you got to do is send me your favorite picture of your car at horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com, or send that same picture over to the guys at Vette Syndicate. We will have a discussion about it, and we'll choose which one we like the most. And your picture will be up there next Monday night for the hour-long live that we typically do. Let's check here. No, we don't have any more Venmos for the day, but no more shirt orders either. But if you guys are interested in the shirts, check out the description down below. You can always... Yes, so Alpha Tango says you have to X out the live chat in order to see the like button. Jim asks, why so much emphasis on likes? Likes really help YouTube live videos, especially. If you click like, it helps make these videos more visible to other people. So the more audience we can get in here, the bigger community we can build, and the more we can continue to do this kind of stuff for you guys. So it really doesn't take much to hit that thumbs up. It's pretty easy, and it does help out a lot. That's not the big news. It's about the track. So the track is, of course, the times that people are seeing on the tracks are pretty good, but the problem is that the one that we really want to see is the Nürburgring, and there hasn't been anything posted about that. With that said, of course, the track times are still awesome, and I'm hoping that Road and Track will give us some of their track times, because like I said, I showed just a second ago, and I'll show it again. The Z06, C8 Corvette Z06 is lapping only within a second of an AMG GT Black. That's pretty impressive because of the difference in cost of the cars, horsepower, downforce, all that stuff. So if that's the case, this thing could potentially be doing some serious good stuff on the track. And like I said, this is not a drag strip car. So if it can get on the drag strip and still turn a time of 10.5, that's great. But this isn't a drag strip car. This is a track car. So what's it going to do on the track? That's what ultimately matters here. And that's going to be stuff that's coming out over the period of the next couple days as well. If people click more likes, what's this? Adam. I'm not really sure what he's saying, but yeah. So Elijah says that the AMG GT Black Series does 6 minutes and 43 seconds on their Nürburgring. That's pretty fast. If that's the case, and the Z06 is only a second behind it in road and tracks testing, I don't know how big the track is that they're testing it on, but even if it's 10 seconds slower than that on the Nürburgring, that's still really fast. If the Z06 did 6 minutes and 53 seconds, that's still, without a doubt, the best performing Corvette on the Nürburgring. The 992 GT3 does it in 6 minutes 55 seconds, which is still very impressive. Like I said, yeah, baby. I hope you do that, Steve. Give me a like I said shirt, because I like that. Like I said, I like it. Coldplay says, when will there be more allocations? I heard production is very limited. Production is very limited. Allocations are supposed to come out in 2023 now. They didn't say when in 2023, so don't think January 1st. I'm thinking probably April, if I had to guess. Adam, I don't actually know exactly how it helps. I just know that it helps. So Adam says, sorry, let me put it all together. If people click the likes, it raises your ranking in the algorithm for your subjects. Like if someone typed in Z06, yours would rank higher. I'm not 100% sure that that's how it works, especially with the live videos. I just think that if you click like while the video is live, it's more likely to show somebody who maybe isn't subscribed that my video is live, and you could click on it and, you know, hear about the Z06. Only thing that matters is quarter mile time. Well, quarter mile time is 10.5 on the car as of today. Amelia managed to break the time that GM is saying it should have, which GM says 10.6. She got a 10.5. Obviously, we have two very different schools of thought here, guys. We have the guys who are interested in the drag times, and then, of course, the guys who are interested in the track times. I'm interested in both. I love what I heard today about the quarter mile times, because that matters too. I love the idea of taking the car down to the drag strip. It is a fun time. It's a blast. Yeah, my dog is chewing on a toy behind me, so. Yeah, Ferrari guys don't track cars. That's pretty accurate. Shane says 190 thumbs up currently, guys. 190. We need a little bit more than that, but that is pretty good. That is a really good start, guys. Clicking like here helps much more than when the government say, hi, we're here to help. Accurate. Is it of any value for your attendees to stay to the end of your live stream? That is always very valuable, Peter Carey. Shane says, yes, so far the Z06 sounds amazing, but I am interested in future reviews and the reliability of the flat plane crank engine. That is to be seen. So let's do one other thing here, guys, before we continue talking about the Z06. I do also want to point out that before we switch topics here, I want to point out that the Z06 PDR was actually recording on the strip at Pit Race. So if you guys remember, I was talking about how there was a bunch of Z06s down by my house at the local track. And sure enough, that's where they did a lot of this stuff. And you can hear this thing roaring around on the track if you want. Just head over to the Mid-Engine Corvette forum and check out this link here. You can hear this thing on the track, really ripping it up, and it sounds pretty freaking awesome. Let's switch gears, pun intended, real quick here, though, guys. I want to talk about last week's giveaway, which was the the push button starts. So let me flip over here real quick and show you what that is. This is one of them. This is a carbon fiber push button start. It's legit carbon fiber, and it's for your C7 Corvette. We got a red one. We also have a black one. Now, last week, guys, we didn't have too many entries for these. So someone stands a pretty good chance of winning this thing. I'm going to go ahead and flip this over here. I'm going to go ahead and do a spin here. So, who's in the house here? We got, what, 5 names on here? We got Matthew Castro, Grandpa Barney, Raider Ron, and Fred Holland. I'm not sure why his name is not super visible there. Give him a different color, maybe. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and spin this thing. So, these, as you can see here, guys, these are different sizes based on how much was donated. So last week, every $5 donated got you a chance to win. Grandpa Barney donated $20. Raider Ron was 10. Matthew Castro was, actually, he was 15, wasn't he? Yeah, Grandpa Barney was 20. Fred was 5. Raider Ron was also 10. And then, where's Matthew at? Yeah, there's Matthew. No, Matthew was more than 5. Matthew was 15. That's why. Okay. These numbers are right now. So, hopefully these guys are in the house. Do we have these guys in the house, or any of you guys in here? I think I saw Grandpa Barney earlier. Grandpa Barney, Matthew Castro, Raider Ron, and Fred Holland. Any of you guys in here? Give me a thumbs up if you're in here. I want to spin this thing and, oh yeah. Elijah says, someone will get this thing to 200 miles per hour. Just watch. I believe it. 100%. You already broke the quarter mile time by 1/10 of a second. Or, yeah. Come on, guys. One of you guys are in here, right? Matthew, Grandpa Barney, Raider Ron, Fred Holland. Tell me one of you guys are in here. I don't really want to spin this wheel if none of you guys are in here. Might have to wait until next week if you guys aren't on here. 211 thumbs ups, guys. You guys are doing it. You're killing it tonight. So please, if you're in here and you have not hit that thumbs up, it really helps. Do you guys think the Z07 package is worth $20K? I usually do 3 track days a year. I personally would not even consider buying this car without the Z07. I'm kind of a sucker for that kind of stuff, but what do you think about being able to drive the Z06 at the Corvette Museum track? I really like that idea. I actually looked into it. I was going to buy it, but the times that it's available, I don't know if I'll be around. So I think I'm still going to do it at some point, but stay tuned. Yeah, Kevin says it would basically be a serious crime to buy this car, a new C8 Z06, and never take it to the track and just daily it like your caddy. Grandpa Barney is not here. That's unfortunate. I thought he was. And guys, Ken, he says to help for next week's giveaway, Kenny Carlisle contributions. Thank you so much, Ken. He gave $50. Thanks, Ken. We appreciate that. Possibly the biggest news in Vette history. All right, so this is a big one that comes up a lot here, guys. So my thoughts on the carbon ceramic rotors versus standard iron brakes. I absolutely love the carbon ceramic rotors on my ZR1. The C7 Z06 with the Z07 package had them as well. I prefer them for 2 reasons. I've driven cars with both the iron and the carbon ceramic, and even though people will tell you that braking feels the same between the two, I don't agree that it does. The carbon ceramics feel like they bite faster. They obviously will fade less, and they will give you basically no brake dust. Those are huge benefits to me. So I will always go with the carbon ceramic rotors when I can. Now, with that said, they obviously come at quite an expense because they're $2,000+ each. So if you ever have to replace those, which if you don't track the car, they will last the life of the car. So you'll probably never have to replace them. But if you ever did, they're going to be pricey. I think we're going to wait until next week to spin this wheel, guys, because none of the people that are on this list even are here to claim their prize. So we're going to wait until next week to spin this. I will have this ready to go for next week as well. And I'll have the two other guys that you guys have grown to love. They will be on here as well. For now, let's see if we got any other information here. I know there was one more thing I wanted to talk about with you guys. Let's see. So this was an issue that popped up that I wanted to talk about, but it's not specifically Z06 related. It is more just C8. And it is, of course, on the mid-engine Corvette forum.com. The C8 headlights are on due to sensor problems. And obviously you can see on your dashboard there whenever your headlights are on, and they're coming on more often than they should. And obviously you're not in control of that whenever they're on auto. They'll just automatically come on. Apparently it is a sensor issue. And it says here, GM has not fully solved the problem with some 2023 Corvette headlights being on when they are A, not needed, or B, the operator set them to be on. So thanks to GM TechLink for the details on this so far ongoing issue for some. Thankfully, other than a nuisance for those who are bothered by this, there are no negative operational consequences. So this could be something as simple as a software update that's able to fix it, or as involved as maybe the ambient light sensor needs to be replaced. So this says here, the ambient light sensor used to monitor outside lighting conditions. The body control module, BCM, monitors the ambient light sensor signal circuit to determine if outside lighting conditions are correct for either daytime running lamps or automatic lamp control when the headlamp switches in the auto position. If the headlamps and DRL concern is present, do not replace the ambient light sensor, okay? Or any other parts. Updated software is available to reprogram. Okay, so that solved that problem, guys. It is a software issue. So new software over the air can fix this. If you have a 2023 and you're having this problem, don't worry about it. You'll get a software update that's coming. So that was pretty much the only other thing I wanted to talk about. I'm curious though, guys, what are your thoughts on the Z06 right now? This is obviously the hot topic of the day is the Z06, and it keeps getting hotter. Like I said, when I went live, the second I clicked live, this article here got popped up on the Corvette blogger. So this stuff is still breaking as we're talking. And let's see if we reload the Corvette blogger, if there's anything else. Well, here's one for Car and Driver as well. So Car and Driver's doing a review as well on the Z06. A whole bunch of people were down here at Pit Race, which, like I said, is only about half an hour from my house. Bunch of YouTubers, bunch of different magazine companies, Car and Driver, Road and Track. Yeah. They have nothing but good things to say too, it looks like. So lots of reviews out there for this car right now, guys. This thing is definitely, it's making some impressions. Let's see what we got in the comments here. Yeah, so Chopper, I saw that. He says from the mid-engine Corvette forum, the listing price for a carbon ceramic rotor is almost $4,000, and the rears are over $4,000. From GM, the carbon ceramics for the C7s were almost $3,000 a piece, I think. But you could find them online. I found them on Amazon for around $2,000. So even though that's still ridiculously expensive, you can find them a little bit cheaper. Come on, 250 thumbs up for HPO, guys. We're pretty close. How many thumbs up do we got, Shane? Shane will tell me. 219. Man, it's like he was reading my freaking mind. I didn't even see that he had posted that. So I asked the question, and he already told us. 219, we're only, what, 30 away? 30 more thumbs ups, guys, will get us 250. HPO getting a Turo ride at Vegas SEMA show right around November 1st to November 4th. Are you going to be there, Ken? Let me know if you're actually going. That'd be pretty cool because I am going to be there and so will Amber. Bill Smith says to watch Speed Phenoms review. I did start to watch his, not the review, but the track driving that he did. I'll check it out though. 220 thumbs up currently, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are really killing it tonight. Definitely awesome. Jet Driver says what we're all thinking. The excitement is high, but the allotments are low. That's unfortunately it. Peter Carey says his screen is showing 226. Thanks for staying till the end as well, Peter. I know it might be kind of tough for you right now, and we appreciate it. I wish Jason and Steve were here tonight on screen because obviously they deserve to be present as well. They were in the chat here for a little while. I'm not sure if they're still on there or not, but like I said, we'll be the band will be back together next week. The only Vette that I can afford is a Chevrolet Chevette, but I just can't find one. Yeah, those would be probably pretty hard. Revo Lee says he just thumbs upped. Thanks, Revo. I appreciate that. On Savage Geese, GM engineers warned the aftermarket could ruin the balance of this car. And that is a real concern, guys. This is one of the comments that really needs to be taken to heart because I know with the GT350, Mustang GT350, it was also a flat plane crank. And I talked to a Mustang guy, like literally a guy who mods nothing but Mustangs. He has a shop dedicated just to Mustangs. He told me, if you changed the shift knob on that car, it threw that car out of balance to the point where the engine would literally grenade itself. Don't ask me how, but this is a guy who knows Mustang stuff through and through. The flat plane crank engines do not need, they really shouldn't have any mods because they are already so perfectly balanced with stock stuff. When you start throwing different stuff at it, it could effectively throw the whole thing out of whack and it would destroy itself. So this comment here, it says it all. I really doubt that the car is going to need many mods anyway. It already sounds like a beast. It performs like a beast. I don't see why it would need anything else. But, car guys can't leave things alone. Steve's awake? What? Is he awake? Did he say something? Jason's here. Front seat driver's here. Steven Rapp says, is there a difference in the allotments on the company test models? The captured test fleet cars, I believe, will be for sale if they do it like they did with the C8 Corvette. I'm pretty sure they end up selling those instead of crushing those. The test cars get crushed. But the captured test fleet vehicles, I believe those are the ones that they sell. So there's not really, that's not an allotment per se. And I think they had somewhere around 300 of those or something like that. Maybe a little less. I can't remember what it was. Nope. Steve, that's not going to happen. Amber, I bet someone would be. Steve's trying to pay my wife to smack me in the head. It's not cool. AWE exhaust. That's the thing is I'm signed up to send my Z06 to AWE immediately after I get it. So I'm here talking to you about how you shouldn't mod it. And the first thing I'm going to do is mod it. But you probably shouldn't. 11-second Eclipse says making it straight pipes would give the best gains. It would probably sound amazing too. If I had to guess, that thing would shoot flames as well. HPO, can't you reprogram the live chat screen to show the like button on Android? It doesn't show until you quit scrolling live screen. I can't. Unfortunately, that is a YouTube thing. It's not something I'm able to change. So what you got to do is just close the chat. If you hit the little X up at the top right, you close the chat, you hit thumbs up, and then you can open the chat back up. 234 thumbs up currently. The only thing I can think of is the car's balance is currently a little rear heavy, so a little lighter in the rear for balance couldn't hurt. Probably wouldn't hurt, but you never know. Everything sounds great, but waiting until April 2023 until more allocations is sad. I'm in the 200s at Sioka, but thinking about getting a deposit back because they're probably looking at 2024 or later. With the current supply and demand issues, supply chain issues, whatever, it probably is going to be a little while. She says she'll smack me off camera. That's not good. 235 thumbs up currently. Shane, killing it as always, guys. Does the exhaust still shoot flames like we saw with the test cars in the ring last year? It probably does. I don't see why it wouldn't. I don't recall ever seeing the Z06 shooting flames. I do recall seeing the C8R shooting flames, but it's possible because any of the mid-engine cars, the exhaust pipes are so short, it's pretty possible that they're shooting flames. Stephen Rapp says, is there a difference in getting one of them? Maybe that's the way to get one ASAP. I do remember the 2020s came out of nowhere. Yeah. And that's the thing is you could get one of those test or captured test fleet vehicles, but there's not a list. That's definitely going to be a car that you could get if you know somebody, basically. And even then, you're going to be paying almost top dollar for a car that has literally led a pretty rough life. So if you really want to do it, that's up to you at that point. But 237 and counting, says Peter Carey. Awesome. Oh, Peter Carey beat Shane to it. Man, this is going to get crazy here. Will Street Speed jump a Z06? I guarantee you he would. I mean, he jumped a freaking $1 million Aventador. I mean, you'd mean jumping over it or literally taking the car off the ramp. I guess that's a slightly different story. Now 240. Protective Dad Prank says that anybody that changes the exhaust on a Z06 is a moron. Thanks, Steve. You're a good friend. Jason says, bigger question, Carrie, is will Street Speed 717 get a Z06? It's kind of upsetting. It's kind of disappointing that he's not really in the market for one because, GM kind of said, nah, you're not getting one. He will get one, but he's going to get one around the same time the rest of us do instead of real early like he normally does. Yeah, we got 212 or 241 thumbs ups. It's pretty good. Pretty good, guys. It's awesome. High Flow Cats will sound pretty good. The race is on. Yeah, so basically, I kind of said earlier, I know with the C8, there was no list. I feel like it was almost random at what dealership even got a crack at a captured test fleet car. I doubt you're going to even see it happen. What's going to end up happening is it's going to just pop up one day, and you're going to have to be pretty quick with it. Stephen Rapp, super chats, $49.99. What does he say? No comment. Thanks, Stephen. We appreciate the support, as always. 242 thumbs up currently. Avic says he's got to go. Y'all have a good night. You too. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Man, how does it feel knowing a journalist got within 1 second of the AMG GT Black Series? Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I mean, I feel like whenever I said that on the channel here, it didn't resonate the way that I thought it would. I don't think people fully understand that is a ridiculous feat. Brad says, I want to learn about the Z, but I am happy with my 3LT Stingray. You should be happy with it. It's a cool car. The Z06 is really the Stingray on steroids. And just like the C7s, the C6s, every time the performance model comes out, it is the same as the base model and then some. So you don't have to have it. None of us have to have this car, but we want it. 244, guys, please. One last time, smash that thumbs up button. We are nearing the end of this live video. I want to thank all of you guys for tuning in as usual. And I want to let you guys know next week we will have the band back together. Steve and Jason will be here joining me next week. We had a little bit of a thing today. I don't know exactly what happened here, but for some reason we could not get audio working for them. So we will figure it out by next week though, guys, I promise. In the meantime, you just got me today. But one last time, guys, I do want to talk about this car right here and how it could be your car. If you guys want to send me pictures of your car, horsepowerobsessed@gmail.com or Vette Syndicate. Send us pictures of your cars. We will decide which ones we like the most, and your car could be up there next time. This car this week is a really nice woman named Judy. We met her at Corvettes of Carlisle this year. That is her Long Beach red car with Aerodynamics wheels, 5 VM splitter and side skirts, high wing spoiler. Looks really awesome. I saw the car in person. It's very, very clean. She sent me that picture, and I thought that was an awesome picture. So I put it up here for the week, guys. Like I said, it could be your car. Shoot us an email. Shoot us your picture. We'll get it done. In the description down below is Vette Syndicate t-shirts. We got the pre-orders going for new colors and a bunch of different sizes. So if you're over a 2X, you can now get a shirt. All of that stuff will be in the description down below. Someone over here is talking about my epoxy floor. Oh, yeah. So Steven Rapp says, I'm getting epoxy floor. They can't do XPEL, etc. But thanks for that content. Yeah, you're very welcome. I did get my garage floor epoxied. It's about a year ago now. And I just recently put out the video because I wanted to make sure it was going to hold up and it was going to be worth your time and your money. And I'm pleased to say it definitely is. It's about a year old now, and it looks brand new still. It literally doesn't. It looks like exactly the same as the day that they put it down. You can't even see tire tracks from the cars pulling in and out. My car obviously doesn't pull in and out too often, but my wife's does. Hers every single day. She's in and out at least once. So, and with that said, you still can't tell. Steve says Street Speed deserves this car. He absolutely does. I feel bad. I really do. Street Speed is one of the reasons I even have a C7 Corvette. So he definitely deserves to get. He should be one of the first ones to get it regardless. He's such a big part of the Corvette community. I don't know why he would have been left out. HPO and the Beatles live next week. That's it. I think Jason would prefer like Poison or something along those lines. Thanks for closing out. All this talk about the C8 has me perspiring. I've got to run and take a shower. Peter, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate having you on here tonight. Hopefully we'll see you again next week, next Monday, because I'll have Jason and Steve on here where we can have a little bit more of a discussion with you. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. So we hit the 250. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Pat's on. I didn't see his. Oh, yeah, Pat. There he is. Pat's Garage Online. Thanks for tuning in. I haven't seen you on a live video yet either, so I guess the C8 Z06 is bringing everybody out. Thanks for tuning in, though, Pat. It's been a while. We need to get together soon. Yeah. Ken says that he loves the stripper pole in the garage. It's not exactly that. That thing's holding up my house, man. All right, so 254 thumbs up currently, guys. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, everybody, for the super chats tonight. I'm going to check the Venmo one more time. We did get one more shirt order, so we're up to 34 now. No, I'm sorry. We got... Looks like 4 more shirt orders. So we're at almost 40 pre-orders, guys. Again, thank you so much. Pat, it has been a while. We need to get together, man. 255 thumbs ups. You guys are awesome. Thank you all again. Guys, say thanks to Jason and Steve for staying tuned, even though we weren't able to do this thing live for you guys. They were in the chat the whole time. Big thumbs up to them. If you guys like Jason, if you guys like Steve, hit that thumbs up button. Let us know you do. I think that's going to be it for tonight, though, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for tuning in. Send me pictures of your cars. I want to get you guys to be the next one sharing that spot over there to my left. We will catch you guys next Monday night.